We love hip hop.
Okay, so I want to get into all of this Drake stuff. There's a bunch of Drake stories here. Do I have my Drake Watch thing here? Hold on, let's play the Drake Watch intro, and then we're gonna get into all of this Drake shit. Let's go. Okay, so let's start off with this family court stuff. All right, there was a post that was floating around on these socials. It started up on Twitter. It started floating back over to Reddit and all over the place. Do I have it on my Reddit? Let me see if I can find it. Become a member of the We Love Hip Hop Canada Reddit. We've been having some people posting up there besides myself. So salute to other people who've been posting up there. I fuck with y'all. Hold on, let's find this. Let's find the family court thing. Because I feel like I posted it over here. If not, I probably have it on Twitter. There's a lot more posts up here than there used to be. So bear with me a second. Actually, okay, let's go over to Twitter. We'll find the original post, the family court post. And then we'll go into the lawyer, or actually, I think he was a court reporter who was, just happened to be there. He's seen Drake's name on the list of people who are supposed to be in court. Do I have it over here? I'm trying to do this without having to do a search because Twitter can get kind of wonky. Yeah, let's do that. Drake family court. And listen, when I get into the story here, this is just what's been popping off in the public. I'm not trying to get up in the man's family business or up in his personal life like that. Okay, there's a picture, a freeze frame of the boy.
Oh my God, Drake.
And well done.
There's a whole bunch of music playing that I can't freaking play.
Drake, famous singer, is in family court today with his ex-wife, I guess. Don't really know her name. In courtroom 103, family court. They've banned the public from the courtroom. No public can watch this. Sure, allowed in the courtroom. It's constitutional to not allow the public in the courtroom just because they're famous. Oh, hello. Oh my God, Drake. How are you? Oh, that's hilarious.
Bro, I don't know what he was thinking. How the hell are you supposed to be able to get through the court? And I know he tried to keep it low because the fact that he was just rolling around with just one security guard really was like, I'm trying my best to not get caught out here by these people. And you got caught, bro. You're Drake. It's just impossible for you to be able to roll around in public. No matter how much you minimize your security, they're going to be able to see you, bro. What I was suggesting, right? I was saying maybe the man should have tried to do like a disguise. You know what I'm saying? Like the hat, glasses. Hold on. Let me open back Twitter. Like you should have put a little bit more effort into this shit. Can I find something on Twitter about this? Let me see if I can find something. Michael Jackson. And we're going to go over the interview from this gentleman here. Disguise. No, not this guy. Let me find some Michael Jackson disguises. Michael Jackson. Oh.
To Neverland. And I entered an arcade, and there were all these Paul McCartney records all over this. The Girl Is Mine, and this and that. And I remember sitting down, and at the time, my favorite video game.
Hold on. For a second, I thought that was Michael dressed up. Let's do Michael Jackson in disguise. Because like he's the Michael Jackson of our decade, right? So, come on, man. Look at this. This is what Drake should have done. If you're going into the courtroom, bro, This is what you should have done, my guy. You know what I'm saying? You need to put a little bit more effort into this. Look at what Michael's doing over here. The man has fake teeth in, all right, a mustache, a whole afro wig on, and a Yankees cap, bro. Y'all ain't fucking with Michael Jackson disguise, man. His disguise game. This is what you got to do, Drake. Life is different now, fam. You can't just be walking around. Oh, I got the curly fro. Maybe they won't notice me. Oh, I got low. You know, I only got one security guard. Nah, bro. You got to commit, bro. Full prosthetics. You know what I'm saying? The hat, maybe a prosthetic nose, some shit, bro. You're Drake, nigga. That's all I'm saying.
Waiting for us to get situated. I'm very thankful for everybody that heard us.
Since 2003. So
2003.
Yeah, I walked into Old City Hall and I was doing some activism for the Committee to Stop Targeted Policing. And yeah, it was way back in 2003, and they were doing a lot of things going on. They called it the CAP program, community. I forget what it was about, but it was, yeah, they were targeting a lot of people, asking for ID, and people didn't know their rights. And they were just giving.
And big salute to the Ville for this video right here. He snagged a good interview, like right in the right amount of time. I would say he's kind of a little bit of a Drake hater, but hey, good interview same way, brother.
It up. And so I got involved with that group, the Committee to Stop Targeted Policing. And then one day they said, could you go to court since you're an artist? And I went into the A.W.O.L manslaughter case. It was 4 police officers who murdered a guy in cold blood on the street. Cameras weren't even around. So the whole case was just smoke and mirrors.
Wow.
And yeah, it took about a year and a half, 350 paintings. And I went into the world of court art.
And that's the thing that people are taken back by.
Okay. So a little history lesson.
Downstairs, and I just walked into that family court, and I walked right by.
Okay, let's get to the shits.
A jury, 12 people, where the Court 10 Armory, which is like 12 stories of courtrooms. It's incredible, scary as heck, but at the same time beautiful architecturally.
Right.
And I just happened to be in the Superior Court across the street where the juries are, and I was watching a case, and they went on break. And I went downstairs, and I just walked into that family court, and I walked right by the bodyguard. When I saw him, he was sitting so close to the door. I thought that was a little peculiar, and I thought for sure, oh, he's a really angry father. I don't blame anybody for being angry in court, but I still thought this guy's a little bit like, you know, why is he so like that? And so when I got to the door, it was open, and I looked at the docket, and it had initials. It didn't have names. It had initials of both parties.
So what were the initials?
I don't recall, and I do have it written down. I try to keep everything. It could be on the back of the painting, or I really don't know where it is right now. But I wrote it down.
So it would have the woman's initials, and it would have Drake's initials.
That's right. Yeah, who they were, and I believe it was their real names. So it didn't. It just didn't. I didn't know, but I didn't care anyways. I just thought, oh, that's different. It has initials. And then the bodyguard said, "You have to go in this room."
Oh, so they did. So it was the bodyguards that work for the court.
Yeah, he was right outside the door. He said, "Do you have to go in this room?" And there were police officers sitting behind me, and I just thought, whatever's going on in this room, it seems a little weird. And I didn't
have that. Do you have that painting?
Yeah, let's see the painting.
Their initials.
It wasn't.
Let's see the painting, broski. Come on, Dave.
I just wrote it down. Like,
oh, okay.
I wrote down what was on the docket so that when I do donate my stuff to the Ontario Archives,
right,
they have some sort of connection. They have something
okay.
to go by.
Okay. So that was going to be my question for you. We'll get back to the initials right now because I wanted to ask you: are you able to publicly just join any courtroom? Because that was the conversation.
Yo, Carol, you are speaking facts, fam. Toronto blogs, including Friday, dropped the ball. Yo, to be honest, nobody knew that this guy was going to be in there. As we're hearing from this story right here, he didn't even know. He was already there doing what he got to do for a whole other case, and he stumbled upon the fact that Drake was in court. There would have been no way, like the way that these guys were trying to keep this shit under wraps, there would have been no way he would have let people know I'm going to court in Toronto. You know how many of us would have been over there? 6 Buzz, Keep 6 Solid. Friggin', I would have been over there. 6 Drip, Borrow Sounds, friggin' 6 Sounds. Everybody, the whole team would be out. Like, all the pews would be filled with just Toronto bloggers. Come on, dog. That's crazy. This nigga Drake is slick.
We were saying yes. It's similar to the American law where when you could go into a courtroom freely. Nobody's really going to prevent you from doing so. Nobody would really care, right?
Even family?
Even family, yeah. Nobody really cared. Well, at least in my experience going to a courthouse, people could just walk in and just watch any case, really. Family, whether it be for something more severe, something more drastic. So, but you're saying that you've always just been able to just choose a room, pick a room, and go to either one.
That's right.
And then what happened when you chose Drake's courtroom? The bodyguard there was giving you an issue, telling you if you really had to go in there or not.
That's right.
And then he pushed you?
No, nothing happened like that until after I entered the room. So what happened was...
Walk me down your day that this happened.
Okay. So when I was about to go into the room, first I read it, and he was right below me. So I thought, I can't hardly even read this docket. This guy is so close to me. Why is he sitting so close to the door? Why are there cops across the hall? And then I said, okay, I'm satisfied. I read the docket. Doesn't make sense to me. But anyways, then I went to open the door, and he says, do you have to go in there? And I said, yes, I have to go in here. And he goes, and then I just walked in. So I walked right by him. And then I went in, and there was one woman sitting at the back in the pews, and Drake and all the lawyers were at the front. There was probably around 10 people.
Yo, we're getting way too much information about the boy right now, man. I feel like evasive. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. Like, I feel like I'm like digging into people's business right now, fam. Holy shit. I asked a question over here in the poll. Is the court exposing part of a UMG smear campaign? Y'all are jumping into the votes quick, fast. And the main consensus right now is no. 88% of the people are saying no. Only 12% are saying yes. The reason I'm asking this, and I asked this on the podcast earlier this week as well, is because of the timing. This happened all back in March. All right, the whole court proceedings and stuff like that. And who knows? He might have more court dates that he has to go to. But this whole thing where this dude bumped into Drake at the court shit, that shit happened back in March. Now we're in August, and this is all resurfacing. All right. It started resurfacing on the blogs first, and now homie is over here doing a whole interview about it. Okay. I'm not saying that it is a smear campaign. I'm just saying this, the timing is kind of weird. It's kind of fishy.
In front of the judge. I didn't look. I just started to set up my supplies to start painting. And then I saw the commissioner come towards me. And that's when I thought, okay, this guy's coming really fast. What's he going to talk about? So I sort of like stood up a little bit just to say, what's going on? And that's when he was like really aggressive. And he said, get out, get out. And I was like, whoa, hold on. And before I knew it, the room was very small. the area where I was sitting. It was just
that was a commissioner.
The commissioner, yeah.
So what is his like? Does he have control over all the people there, the security there?
No, most commissioners are part-time jobs, but they do have the authority to, well, they're really supposed to guide people to where they're supposed to go. They're supposed to guide people and let them know, could you be quiet when you go in the room? All of that stuff. They're really there to make the transaction.
They're extra aggressive with him, eh?
Students and stuff going into rooms a lot easier.
Right.
A lot of them are retired, but I do see a lot of students doing the job. It's very low paying. So when he did this, he's been there for a long time, and he is a bit of an older man. And I knew him to be a real grumpy guy, but this day he was really mean. And what happened was I just said, okay, cool. And by the time he got me to the door, he was like, get out. And I was like, whoa.
What?
And I was like, what is going on? Like, I expected to have a bit of a conversation with him. And then when I got in between those doors, that's when Drake's bodyguard was there. And he goes, you said that you had to come in here. And I said, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yo, this is all happening at court, fam? That sounds loud, bro. Court is supposed to be like a library. You can't be making all this commotion. This is crazy.
What are you talking about? Like, what's the problem? And then when I went out in the hall, I could see the police. They were just watching me and him go back and forth with words. And then I just said, well, fuck it, right? I'm just going to sit here and paint the door. And I do that a lot. If there's an issue and I'm waiting to go back into the room, I'll paint it. But when somebody gets really aggressive with me or something like that, or there's something that really gets to me, I will just wait and just find out. And I'll talk maybe to the Crown when they come out, or talk to somebody and say, what's the issue? What's the issue? So then all of a sudden they went on break. And this is the funny part. This is where I met Drake. I was like,
Drake?
Okay. So I'm sitting down, I'm thinking about what I'm going to paint. And I thought, well, first of all, let's paint that bodyguard because he's fucking so pushy. The cops were just watching.
The bald guy with the red shoes.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. And then all of a sudden the door opened up and then Drake came out and he looked straight at me and I looked straight at him. And I was like, who the fuck are you? I was like, I have no idea, but his face did look familiar. And I just thought, okay. And then he went into the washroom, but he just kept staring at me. And then he went into the washroom and he's really like looking at me like, how dare you? And I was like, who are you? Like, I thought maybe he was at this point a lawyer, but then I thought, well, maybe not. I don't know. And so then.
Oh, wait a minute. You're trying to tell me you looked into the face of the sixth god and you didn't know that I was Drake? You thought he was a lawyer or something? You thought he was a Jewish lawyer? Damn, bro. He didn't even have a suit on. That's crazy.
The person I was watching upstairs, his trial, he walked by and I said, hey, listen, there's this man. He just went in the washroom. Could you tell me, is he famous? Is he somebody? I said, he looks familiar.
Yo, don't kill me right now, bro. Who's that guy? He was mean mugging me. He said, "You scared of the six? You scared of the six?" And then he went into the washroom. Rude Boy Scoob said, "Yo, Drake thought he was a Fed." I think Drake knew who he was. As far as like maybe somebody whispered to him, said, "Yo, this court sketch artist." Nigga looked at him. Drake probably gave him the stinkest look too, like, "Yo, pussy, why are you here, bro? You're gonna get me on the blogs, bro. Shut up, man. Damn, I'm going to the washroom, man." You know what I'm saying? Nigga probably went to the washroom, go smoke on his vape or something.
And then the guy stood by, and when he came out, Drake looked at him, and he looked at him, and they both nodded. The man said he didn't know him. They done stuff together. They were friends, and I
wait.
didn't
So you asked the guy, do you know who he is? And Drake gave him the look in a way to tell him not to tell you who he was?
No, he just came out and casually said hi to him. Suddenly, he just walked out of the building. Drake walked out, but he walked by this guy, and he said hi. He was all nice. He wasn't like he was to me, sort of like, how dare you? This guy was like, hey. And they just nodded. And then the guy.
Big Hushacha says he's an old dude. I doubt he listens to mainstream pop music. Lol. I get it, but Drake has been in the news enough over the last 15 years that I feel like you don't even have to listen to Drake's music to know, oh, isn't that pop rapper singer? Doesn't need to have that song there. Like God's plan. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Even the whites know that song, bro. Stop this. Right? Tell me, do you love me? Only love my bed and my... I don't know. I don't even remember the fucking lyrics.
Just the minute that Drake was gone.
Maybe I'm whitewashed.
The guy looked at me and goes, he's Drake! I said, okay, he's Drake. And
wait. So you said that because you had left a comment I saw somewhere on YouTube that you said that Drake looked upset when he was coming into court.
That moment that I.
What do you say, Carol? He was like, "Don't look away now, pussy. Don't get shy now, pussy." I'll fold that up right now. I feel like, and listen, Drizzy, if you see this, don't get offended. But I feel like Drake was he was low key kind of offended. Like, this nigga doesn't know who I am. He almost, a part of him wanted to yell in the courtroom, nigga, you don't know who I am? And the sixth God. Rude. Bright. But you don't know who I am. Who's that? What do you mean, who's that? Final boss. Final boss. Max level, back. Max boss, max, next level. I can't even do this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? But he's probably like, what do you mean? Probably punched the stall in the washroom. This nigga didn't know who the fuck I was. Like, what? Disrespect.
Photographed him? That I caught him on film?
Which one? When you saw him walk by you in person, or when you were?
Well, when I saw him come out of the courtroom the first time, he did look upset. Like he looks right at.
I'm upset. Sorry, I'm stupid. Probably gave him the craziest cut eye. Hold on, let me make the screen a little bit bigger. Gave him the mad cut eye. You nigga don't know who I am, pussy. Goof.
I mean, it wasn't like a pleasant, hey, how you doing? What are you, the press? Blah, blah, blah. He was looking at me like, you know, just
this
weird.
Is coming out of the courtroom when he's
like, Goof, you don't know who I was, man?
Eyes on him. Yeah, we didn't greet each other at all. We just stared at each other. And I'm like, who are you? And he's like, who are you? And then he went.
I made nice for what, nigga? That's who I am.
Straight into the washroom.
Washroom?
The washroom right across from, I was sitting in the hall, so he came out and he used the washroom.
So okay, the bathroom. Oh, okay, yeah.
The bathroom. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Yeah. So he went into the bathroom, and then that's when the guy I was watching upstairs I was following his case. He walked by because we were both on a break from his case. And when he came by, I said, hey, do you know this guy? And that's what he did. He waited when Drake came out of the
right. I could only assume. I don't know, but
I just think he was upset that I was in the room and that
like that he got caught. You're saying that he was upset that you were there.
There was definitely no press in the hall. There was nobody was around.
Empty.
Yeah. In fact,
you got it, Drake.
When they walked by, the woman I have in the painting, that's the Globe and Mail. I think she's the Globe and Mail. She was surprised, but I still think they didn't want to touch it. Like I didn't see any coverage on it, but she did stand by.
The Globe and Mail chick was there and she didn't say nothing about this. Now we're only finding about this 2 months later. What's your EMT, shorty? Huh? The Toronto people, y'all know. The Canadian people, y'all know them talks. What's your EMT? For the Americans, what's your Cash App? Shh. You didn't see me. How is it global news is right there and they didn't report on this back in March? Idiot thing. This nigga said quickly, exponentially. I wasn't here. Like when you go to the bar and you didn't want your wife to know that you were there on some Norm from Cheer shit. You know what I'm saying? R.I.P. George Wendt. I wasn't here. Is that Vera on the phone? I'm not here.
Yeah. And then,
so how many people were with Drake? Like, was there a certain number of people that were with him?
No, he seemed to be on his own. I think he had
On a
2 or
one.
3 lawyers. I didn't see, but when I went
2 or 3
outside,
lawyers. Wow.
2 or 3 lawyers. Yeah, well, she had about 7.
7 lawyers?
Oh my God, they were all women, and they were all like at first I didn't know who I was looking at.
Hold on. He had 3 lawyers, and she had 7.
7?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't really remember, but at the same time, I don't remember him having as many as her. There's something about it. It was the way they were all surrounding her, and he always came out.
And he's probably paying for this shit too, right? Just for the people who don't know, like he's been going through the family court. It's been unveiled a little bit of what the reasons might be. I think they're fighting over, and I hate talking about this because this is man's personal business, but they're fighting over, I guess, just some of the custody and the different things that they can do with Adonis and stuff like that. Drake's baby mother, I'm not going to call her his girl or whatever, his baby mother, has been very low key. She's never said shit since they've had Adonis. I don't know. He's paid her well to shut the fuck up and not bother him, not jump on Instagram. I don't even think she has a social media like that anymore. Her social media presence is very low. So everything's been good. Everything's been lovely in paradise so far, but now she's acting up. All right. Big salute to DJ Academics. I seen him covering this the other day as well. He showed her in the airport walking around with Adonis, just in the airport, just all up in the open. Adonis's blonde hair, just people seeing Drake's son. It's not the same shit when he's rolling around with Drake. I hear that. So maybe, it's looking for maybe Drizzy's trying to get a full custody thing. All right. I even feel nasty saying that shit.
Didn't seem to.
Salute to Randy.
Well, maybe, I don't know. I don't know how he communicated with his lawyers, but it wasn't in the hall. So when I'd see his lawyers come out, they just went off. When she came out, they all got in the hall and talked. And he had about 6 cars outside, vehicles.
Damn. Oh, and yeah, salute to Carol. Yeah, the man's paying for 10 lawyers. Because if he got 3 and she got 7, I'm sure he got to pay for all of that shit. Damn. Just burning up the man's pockets. Yes. He has to deal with the UMG court case, which I'm sure is stupid expensive. And now you got to deal with this court case with Shorty, which is probably not maybe as expensive, but I'm sure a pain in the ass. Like, what more do you want from me? God damn, bro. This nigga Drake might need a loan after all of this legal bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
That I noticed later, because when he did leave, I tried to get him again on film, and it didn't work. He had 2 cars in front of the building, and then he had about 6 cars around. And when he left, it was like, whoa! They all left. And that's how I found out he had another trial, because then I went to court the next day and the next day and the next day. And it was, I think, around the 3rd day, I looked across the street and I said, whoa, they're all parked there again. He's back. So I went in and I got a better chance of painting her again.
Oh, this nigga is just a pain in the ass. DJ Dabman says Chubb sees this old fool is up. And it's stuck, brother. What? Yo, he's gonna fold that up right now. Don't get shy now, pussy. I'll fold that up right now. Holy, he's gonna give him the detail special. Wire that job, brother.
Because she came out and I painted her.
I think that was the next question I was gonna ask. Because I didn't know. I need to clarify. So they came separately. I was gonna ask if she came with Drake or if they came separately.
They definitely weren't hanging out that day. She
sounds like a toy. Baby moms come separately.
She did sit alone. So the first day, like when I went back in after I filmed him, I had a chance to get a little bit of, I think, to paint her. I'm not sure if I got a chance to paint her that day, but when I went back the second time, for sure. And remember when she came out in the hall, she saw me. She looked at me too because she saw the commotion at the back of the courtroom, and all of her lawyers were around her, and then they left her all alone. And then all of a sudden they said, go back into the courtroom. So it was just me and her and the bodyguard.
Yeah.
No, I don't think the bodyguard was there yet. And it was just me and her. And I said, tell the judge I want to get in the room. And she looked at me. She goes, excuse me? I said,
Facts.
tell the judge that I want to get in the room. This is a public trial. And she just says, and she smiled, and she just didn't do anything about it. She was just pleasant. She just didn't understand the situation. And
she speaks French. I don't know if she understood what you're saying. Comprends pas? Quoi? Je comprends pas.
I guess she didn't care, and she just went into the courtroom. But it was, I think, yeah.
Let me ask you, because the chat wants to know: was she white? Was she black? Was she Mexican? Was she?
Like I said, I thought she was Italian. She looked so much like Sophie Lawrence. I don't know if you know Sophie Lawrence.
Yes, that was supposed to be Drake's baby mom. That was another thing that people were confused.
This nigga's so. I don't know if I want to salute him because I don't know. Whatever. This guy's like, he heard Sophie Loren and he's like, yeah, that's Drake's baby mom. No, Sophie Loren. He's talking about a whole other person, not Sophie. Whatever her last name is. You know what I'm saying? Stupid.
By it because I think one day you had reposted that it wasn't her, and then later on, or I think the next day, you said that it did look like her.
No, I'm saying Sophie Lawrence was a movie star back in the 1960s.
Thank you. Also, the reason why this guy is just ready to jump the gun, because these guys are trying to look for a daughter. All right. They've been on this witch hunt. Oh, we found the daughter. We found the secret daughter that Drake has. Ha ha. Got him. Like, no, bro. The nigga got baby mama drama. All right. So does your cousin. So do you. Like, everybody got baby mama drama, bro. Like, come on, man. There's niggas who got 8 baby mamas and don't feed none of their kids. Niggas like, oh, we got him. He's hiding a daughter. I don't think it's that serious that, like, the man would hide a whole daughter and you guys find out, like, the internet found the daughter and he wouldn't just admit it. All right. Big salute to Curry Goats for the donation. Big thanks. Says Drake's common law's hubby. Yo, you're gonna make me read this, eh? Thank you for the donation. I'm gonna read this though. As soon as I seen common law hubby Chubbs, what is the word that you used here? Drake's common law hubby Chubbs Berto. Yo, what the fuck? Chubbs Berto is crazy. To Super PAC, Shy Court's rescue. Hubby Chubbs has to pay this David guy to stop talking and chillax. It's not me, Drizzy. It's a donation, man. I gotta read my donations. You're gonna get me folded up right now, pussy. Yo, pussy, I fold that up right now.
Another Sophie. Okay.
Yeah, she was a movie star and very much.
Wow.
Sorry, I can't even remember her name now. What's the name?
Supac is crazy.
The Drake's
Sophie. Oh yeah, Sophie. The woman's name was Sophie too.
Yeah.
So I was surprised when I heard that because I don't know. Does she have some Italian blood in her? I don't know.
No, she's French actually.
She's French.
So yeah, French Canadian.
I'm not sure. From what possibly people just say French. That's all I know. But
how are you a Kendrick Glazer and you don't even know the details of Wagwan? She's from France. I think she's like from Belgium even or something like that.
What people were confused about was that at one moment you had reposted a thing on Twitter that said that wasn't her, and then later on, people were like sending you pictures of his baby mama, and then that's what you were like, well, it kind of does look like her, but we just wanted clarification because if it did look like her, then so be it. But from what it looked like you said it wasn't, and then you said that it was. So do you think that the pictures that they were sending you, did it look like his baby mama, or did it look like
real fast? What you mean Romanian?
Like her?
Yeah, it got.
She's not Romanian. Don't make me start doing a Google search, man. Shit. Let's do a quick search. Let's just double check. Let's make sure. Listen, I feel cringe right now. I'm all up in the man's business. Like, yo, where is Drake's baby's mother born? Let's do the Google AI. So Drake's baby's mother, Sophie Brousseau, was born in Bordeaux, France. She was raised in France as a French national. All right. She's from Bordeaux, France. Vive la France. All right. We got more Drake stuff to tend to, so I'm going to get off of this just now because I feel icky all up in the man's business. Like, we're finding out the intricacies of what's going on in the man's household. This is like this guy over here, David Louis Wall. He got dragged into the polys. If he can get dragged into any kind of polys, he got dragged into the polys now. Like, you were just at court, you happened to bump into Drake. Now you're going back day after day. Now you got a freaking green light on you. You're in the polys now, bro. You just like me, fam. You're in here now, bro. You know what I'm saying? You were living in your own little white life. Everything was all good. You know, it was all good just a week ago. Now you got to watch over your back, bro. You can't just go outside like that anymore, bro. Welcome to hip hop, nigga. All right. You want to go and see the man them? Oh, you want to pull up at the secret court case? All right. Welcome to the culture, nigga. All right. Now you can, when you hear, can I get a drop? Just duck. All right. You might not understand the reference because you're new to the culture. All right. You just arrived. So when you hear, can I get a drop? Duck, my nigga. All right. Bob and weave. Run. All right. You might not, you might not get the reference. You might just be like, what does that mean? Can I get a drop? Just run, bro. All right.
Very confusing because you could imagine she's in court. She was completely dressed down. She was dressed like you wouldn't believe. It was so beautiful. That's how she stood out. She was definitely somebody with money, the way she was dressed. She had a way of style. I could see that this lady was not a lawyer. She was completely she was different than everybody else. That's how when I looked at her, I said, that must be Drake's,
you said girlfriend, right? Or something like that?
Yeah. And so that's what I mean. When I started to
you say Sophie pulled up in the whole Grammy fit, right?
Was when they sent pictures, she was smiling at parties and she was doing this and that. You can't make that out. But one picture they sent me, it was exactly her. She was sitting in the same profile because I was sitting over here. She was over there. I was sitting, almost like 20 feet away from her. And she was, the way her body was turned, her profile. So when they showed me that picture of her and she had just a slight smile, I said, oh, that's definitely her. And then I looked her up and everything about her legs, they completely stand out. I mean, there was something very unique about her body. Now I looked at her Instagram maybe about 4 hours ago and I say, okay, because when she got up and walked, I was like, wow, okay.
This nigga started gooning on the girl, bro. Yo, Drake, yo, Chubbs. Watch this guy over here, eh? The man sounds like he had a whole goon session on Sophie after he found out who she was, bro. Relax, bro. Calm down. Like, your description is just like a little bit too descriptive there, broski. It's like, oh my God, the way she looked. And then I checked her other page, and then I was looking for a link. It's like, holy, bro. You was ready to subscribe, eh? Huh? You was ready to pull out the credit card, eh, my nigga? I see you, Unc.
Like, she has
a big ass.
A Kardashian sort of look. And so when I saw that, I was like, holy mackerel.
What's this guy's channel? Chubbs, watch this guy too. A.W.O.L. Yeah. Do what you will with that. A.W.O.L. on YouTube, all right? It's not me, bro. I ain't in y'all niggas' business like that. I'm just reacting. This nigga is in the business.
Because when I was drawing her legs was sticking out because it went up a little bit. She was wearing like slacks or whatever you call them.
Man,
and
gooning on her leg.
I think she.
Oh man.
Just the way
really?
That's just the way she made her leg and her heels come out. And I thought that was nice because a lot of people do that in court when they see me painting them.
You like that, eh? Yeah, she gave you a little leg, eh? Yeah, eh?
They get all sort of like in a position and they get in profile. So I'm used to that. And when she did that, she gave me a little smile. I realized, well, she's cool with this. Like, I don't mind. Because when I do it.
She flashed a smile on him. She probably gave a little cleaves. Yo. I see you over there, Unc. What's that in your pocket? Huh? What you got in your pocket, bro? Or are you just excited to see me?
If I'm painting somebody and they're not cool with it, it's a little uncomfortable. But she made me feel comfortable painting her. So I had a chance to do it without feeling like anxiety. Yeah, it was totally her. Now the face, everything about her.
Watch my Look at the sketch. Your sketches are trash, dog.
And
this is because, and just to be clear,
I don't even look like Sophie.
This is because people were sending you pictures of her, and they were telling you, does this, out of all the women that they probably tried to show you, was this the one that looked like her? And you were like, yeah, this is out of all the ones, this is the one that looks like her. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, that I was 100% sure.
But you see okay, go for it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was 100% sure. They were showing me pictures of her with black hair. They were showing me pictures of her with like curly hair.
What else?
I was like, she didn't smile that big. She wasn't in that mood. She was very much in the courtroom.
Was she upset?
No, she wasn't upset, but she was definitely serious. She was being very serious. I think at any minute she thought I was going to walk across and start asking her questions like a journalist. She didn't know who I was. Most people think I'm a journalist. So.
And you know what? I made the mistake myself in the beginning of the segment. I called him a journalist too. My bad. All right. Friday fucking up again. Oh, you didn't even do your research. I'm reacting to it live, bro. All right. Okay. I'm finding out with y'all in real time. The nigga's a court sketch artist. All right. He has access to the courtroom. Somebody was saying also that family court is something that you're not allowed to have it as a private session. It's against the legal rights and all that type of stuff. So just because you're Drake, you can't get special privileges, bro. I might have to go check to see what I'll go on when the next hearing is. I have ways of finding out when court hearings are for these Toronto rappers. You know what I'm saying? I got my little connections here and there. And I might have to put Drake on the list, like as if he's just like an underground Toronto rapper. Like, when's the next time Drake gonna be in court? Let me know. You know what I'm saying? Because I might have to pop out. Y'all might see me in the next Friday. I'm rolling into treacherous territories right here. But if this video gets to, what are we at right now? Let me double check. We at about. Let me give it a quick refresh just so I can make sure. We're about 42 likes. It's light. It's light. If we can get this live, and I have about 4 more stories to go. If we can get this live to 100 likes right now, even before the end of this live, I swear to y'all, I will do my due diligence to find out when the next Aubrey Graham court date will be. And don't worry about Dave doing the court sketches. He's not a court reporter. I will go and do my due diligence, do my journalism, and bring the story back to y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure I'm not going to be allowed to have any devices in there. So I'm going to have to go in there, go off of recollection, come back out, take notes, and then we'll get everything that we need. It's here in Toronto, so I'll pull up. All right, I'll pay for the parking, all that shit. Downtown parking is a bitch, but listen, for y'all, let's get this shit at least to 100 likes in the beginning. When people are watching the replay to this, all right, when I clip this as its own clip, I want 100 likes on the clip, at least 150. But I'll do it for 100 likes on the clip alone. But on this live stream, while we're still streaming, let's get this shit to 100 likes. I'm going to the fucking courtroom, bro. All right? I'll put on the prosthetic nose and all that. Because if they see me in the back of the court, they're going to freaking beat the shit out of me when we get outside. Friday, we seen you in the back, bro. So I'll put on like a trench coat, put on the hat and all that type of stuff, look like the Inspector Gadget, and then go in there and get the story for y'all, bro. I'm here for y'all. For the people.
So the minute they see me drawing, including the crown, a lot of the people, the crowns don't know who I am. They don't talk to me.
Right.
Excuse me, we're not talking to the press. I can't talk to judges. I can't talk to crowns. But once the crowns realize that my stuff is being donated and is just going right back to them, they always relax. Oh, you're just doing documentary work. And I say, right. Yeah, and they can talk to me. But they're warned not to talk to the press.
So, and this is the picture that you saw, right? And you said that this was her.
Yeah, the way she looked at me, and when I was drawing her, I was trying to get all of those features, like her lips. That's exactly, I said, oh my God, she has gorgeous lips. I was trying to get them.
This niggas, yo, Drizzy, I know you're having beef with your baby moms right now. Y'all ain't agreeing, okay, from what we're all finding out. But the way that this man is talking about your baby moms, bro, about your BMs, on site that, my dog. Just a little slap, just 1-2 slaps, bro. Fold that up right now. The man is going too crazy talking about your girl, bro.
And the eyebrows, I was trying to get them. Right. And well, what I remember is that her hair was lighter. It was just a little bit lighter, but they always change their hair color. And it was very much, I think, like that too. Oh yeah, it was pulled back. So everything about it was very conservative. She was very.
And I think the part that I want to highlight, and this is what I said in the live. I'm not sure if you watched it. It's not about who the lady was. It's why are they there in the first place.
Let's get to it.
Exactly. I think that's the whole thing. People are caught up about, well, who is this mystery lady? Is it his baby mama? Is it so and so? The point is why are you even in family court to begin with, and why does she have 7 lawyers? That's a big team of lawyers.
Yeah.
And why is Drake coming with 3?
Yeah. They could have, like, a lot of times there's a lot of lawyers, but it's the whole firm. The whole firm's involved. They all go to support the one person who speaks. Like, there's always one in charge. Like I was just in one the day before, and I got the painting of the one lawyer who was talking about the case. This woman was trying to take the child, the man's child, to England.
All right, let's get to like some actual shit. Talk to us about what happened in there.
Saying, or maybe maybe it is her, and maybe they're getting into something that led them to go to court, because family court is a serious matter. And we were looking up, because you called him the respondent, correct? You called him
That's right.
The respondent, so she would have to be the petitioner for this scenario, correct?
That's right.
And she would have had to serve him to go to court. Like, she would have to in some way subpoena him for him to show up in person, right?
That's right.
So that's what I'm saying. So if it was
listen, man, like, okay, and I hear what y'all are saying in the chat too. I'm bored of this shit too, man. I don't want to be up in the man's business like this. Okay. My whole thing is this nigga was trying to avoid the courtroom or getting caught. Like you got to try a little bit harder than that, Drizzy. Okay. As far as what's happening in there and why they're in there and the intricacies of what's happening with their family, I really don't want to delve deep into it and all that. What we do know though is they're not there because there's some secret daughter. All right. It's Sophie that they're in court with. It's not some other like Hispanic lady. That's a Hispanic lady that's in there with them. It's bullshit. All right. So let's get out of Drake's business as far as like his personal family business, and we'll move on. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out these other videos on the screen and make sure to like and subscribe.
We love hip hop.